This time on Kawaii-Fi Radio, Aaron and Kyle remember their first meeting.
I pieced out like immediately after the movie and you're like, oh, I wanted to talk to you about things.
Now I get to do it all the time. We sacrificed Tifa. Yes, Mariah Carey wants your mug for Christmas, Tifa.
I don't know if you actually mean like this mug or if you mean like my mug as in my
Yes
face.
and yes. And we discussed the new compilation series by Chainsaw Man's Fujimoto.
Some of them you wait for the other shoe to drop, like the bullet one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Is he dead?
yeah, I was like, this is clearly going to be fantasy. He's going to be
was
like
crazy.
imagining it. And then it's like, nope, that's what happened.
It's over 9,000! Nani?
Configure the language logic interface for Japanese.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Konnichiwa and welcome. You tuned in to Kawaii-Fi Radio, the podcast we dive in the world of anime, manga, and all things Japanese otaku culture. I'm Kyle. With me is Aaron. We've got Tifa on remote. Wow, how has it gotten this late in the year? I can't believe it. It's almost December. This episode, we're talking Fujimoto Tatsuki 1726. This is the creator of Chainsaw Man and Fire Fist. It's a compilation of different manga that he wrote between the ages of 17 and 26. Each has been adapted by a different studio. Just released on Amazon Prime last week. It is fantastic. We want to talk about it. We'll get into that in a minute. But before we do, Hoshicon is next weekend here in Perth, Western Australia. If you are one of our local listeners and you're heading down, you'll be able to find us on the main stage at 5 p.m. on Saturday and 1 p.m. on Sunday doing the big anime quiz. We have some real goofy, tricky questions for you. We have prizes courtesy of Shumi Shop to give out. And, of course, the chaos that just is me and Aaron being allowed on stage together.
The dad jokes.
The dad jokes. So many dad jokes. Anyway, make sure you come and join us if you're interested in coming along. Ticket information and all the event details are in the episode description. We hope to see you there. But... socials, we're on them. Patreon, we have it. Extra stuff is there. Let's get stuck into what we're watching.
I have no idea how old I am or where I came from.
Nani? Ohio.
Hang time! I gotta go!
I have to know. Hooray! I did the thing.
Oni-chan, nani wo miru?
What we're watching. Aaron, what you've been watching? No.
Oh, Egyptian gods?
Oh, wow. No, in all seriousness, all three of us have been watching different things this over the last couple of weeks as we continue the push through this season, and there's so much. So, yeah, some of us haven't watched anything from this season instead, which is a good call. Like, there's so much from this year, the past couple of years, just worth watching. And Aaron, as you said, you're watching Oh Suddenly Egyptian God.
Yeah, it's kind of
What
been
is
on the list for a while because everyone loves Egyptian mythology, right? It's like one of the things we grew up with, and like the Egyptology books as well. Who could resist that at the school library? Like you saw it and you're like,
Yeah,
I bet.
the cutaway section inside the pyramid, and we think this is how they built this thing. So all the diagrams, they're just, I don't know what it is about the young
It tickles
curious
the
mind.
neurons.
Yeah.
It's like, whore.
I mean, it still tickles me today, but I think that's probably because we're both still neurodivergent.
We support our inner children.
Yes.
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 Yes. And they like pretty things.
Mine has too much sugar. But yes, anyway, what's this about?
So basically it follows Anubis and Thoth on their little adventures around Egypt, and like all the other gods get involved, and it's all short 7-minute episodes, and there's like 7 episodes per season. So you can crunch this out in like a few hours, like the entire thing. It's,
Damn.
Which I'm guessing is what you did.
Yes, that is 100% what I did. And just like it's fun because like they make the relationships between them quirkier as well. Like Set and Horus, how they've got that long running thing. They're just bitter rivals. And then Horus has like the little hair thingy, and then like one episode it falls out. So Set helps regrow it, but then it turns into an afro. Because Horus was getting too many compliments on like not having it anymore. He's like, well, I can't have that, so. And like it's just silly dumb fun.
Oh, fair
if
enough.
you've got like a little bit of time you want to kill and like you don't want to commit to like a whole season of like a full-length anime, absolutely just watch it.
So slapstick comedy.
Yeah, it's all very simple, very fun.
Fair enough. And I guess obviously if you already know a bit of history for Egypt, you're going to be like, oh, I get that. That makes sense. Otherwise, it'll just be like, oh, that's funny.
And like they make fun of a lot of things. Like, do you know what a medjed is?
A medjed?
A medjed.
Medjed. I think I did.
It's like the
thing?
bed sheet one with the legs and the eyes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They make a lot of fun of him because they're like, what does he even do? Where does he come from? And he just shoots like laser eyes.
Oh, God. All right, then. So very, very lore-accurate Egyptian.
Absolutely. Entirely accurate. just
lasers from the eyes. Yeah, we're good here.
Yeah, exactly. And then like when is it Osiris? When he comes back, he's like having a very long talk to all the other gods, and none of them are paying attention because he's going on for way too long. And then one of them's an idol, and she gets up on stage and she starts singing, and she's had like several thousand retirement concerts, but every time it comes around, everyone's like, "No, you can't retire!"
Oh, you mean like modern day musicians?
Oh my God.
Except she keeps going.
Yeah, I mean that's Kiss, like
Elton John.
Yeah, but I my first concert was meant to be Kiss's farewell tour. I was 16. It's over 20 years ago. They only just retired, but they're kind of not retired, actually.
I was going to say, did they actually retire?
Well, they were going to do like that weird sort of, 3D hologram thing.
Oh, like gorillas?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, like ABBA did.
Oh.
Yeah. But then, it sounds like that hasn't gained any traction at all. So then they had, like, the Kiss convention, and they came to that and performed just not in makeup, and therefore they haven't breached the copyright agreement that they had with the other one. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, what?
That's crazy.
Tell me how you're struggling with money without telling me you're struggling with money.
They're not struggling with money. They're just greedy. Like, they want to rock and roll all night and party every day, and that requires a certain level of income.
True.
So,
And retiring does not give you that income.
no, it does not. All right, Wiki, you watch Suddenly Egyptian Gods.
Crunchyroll.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a Crunchyroll
You're
boy.
a crunchy boy. Mine's also Crunchyroll. I've been watching Spy Family season 3.
Yep.
Yeah. We have finally gotten to the point now where we are about to head into a proper arc. So, yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. All the other stuff has been great lore building and understanding. We got to see, obviously, the childhood that Lloyd had to go through, which was, a pretty dark couple of episodes. But, yeah, it's really good. Continues on in the same solid form, and we're about to head into like the bus sort of heist. It's Speed, but anime with Anya and Peanuts. So like,
Has there been any more toilet gods?
no.
Oh.
Alas, Toilet God is only lore accurate within
Code White.
In Code White, I think it is non-canon.
Is it Code White because white porcelain?
I thought it was white because it was white out of snow.
Yeah, probably.
But like porcelain's kind of funnier.
Alright.
Look, any excuse to make a toilet joke.
Yeah, well, look, it's continued on in pretty much the exact same form and quality as you'd expect, and the jokes are still good, and they keep finding new ways to expand the characters and their stories, and they've done a good job with it. Like, you're getting involved in, like,
I'm getting involved with what?
your wife. Oh no. No. So yeah, Yor ends up getting involved with like a circle of like elite members of society by accident, and all these little things are going on, and it's fantastic. Like, it just continues the zany silliness of it, but they also did a good sort of background for Lloyd, which was a bit heartbreaking, and then now that we've kind of gotten through a bit of establishment of what's going on in the background, we can start down like these more, non-one-shot manga chapters where they've got those long bridging arcs. So, look, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing how this runs out and how it'll all turn out. I think it'll be good fun.
Of course, it's Spy Family. It's just a fantastic show.
Yeah, exactly. Crunchyroll. I'm pretty sure it's on other places, including Netflix as well now, because it's so popular.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Bochi the Rock,
Yeah.
Tifa. You have returned to the
Yes.
bochiest of the rock.
Yes, I think a lot of friends hadn't seen it before, so rewatching it and watching it with them for the first time, especially because I had a lot of people go, look, I'm not really into shonen that much or fantasy sort of genres. Like, what do I watch that's gonna be fun, that's gonna get me into anime? But I don't know, it's like funny as well. And Bocce the Rock is obviously exactly that. We all love Bocce the Rock. And just rewatching it, even though you know where certain parts are gonna hit, is pretty good. It's still really good, and it's good to hear when you're watching it with someone who's watching it for the first time, their laughter as well, and when they think that it's just absolutely hilarious and they're like, wow, I really feel like this character. I also do not want to speak to people, actually. This is difficult. This is fun.
Yeah. No, it does a great job of really kind of digging into that millennial mindset and onwards about like, why do I have to do this? I don't wanna. I mean, that's literally Bocce the Rock in a nutshell there, isn't it? Like, why do I have to do this? I don't want to. But look, yeah, I can't wait for season 2. It just feels like it's so far away, even though I think it's next year. But it feels a long way away.
Just hearing next year, like, it sounds far away, but it's like 2 months.
Not even.
Yeah, I know.
5
month
weeks.
and a half, yeah.
5 weeks.
Like,
the year goes
crazy.
by. I was going to say, I wish Madonna was right and time did go by so slowly, but she lied to us all, and it sucks.
yeah, now
Damn you, Madonna.
we're all fighting Mariah Carey defrosting.
Yeah, like, look, if you've got, like, spare ice, make sure you throw it on the Mariah Carey, like, sacrifice altar to keep her away for a few more weeks.
She's coming.
She is coming, and she's going to take your money.
All she wants for Christmas is you.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
And now for our feature presentation.
Now featuring.
Yes, Mariah Carey wants your mug for Christmas, Tifa. Please provide the mug on the sacrificial altar of Mariah Carey.
I don't know if you actually mean like this mug or if you mean like my mug as in my
Yes and
face.
yes.
¿Por qué no los dos?
She requires cutlery, not cutlery, what do you call it? She requires...
it's not a utensil, it's...
cups. She requires cups for her eggnog or something. I don't know. Like,
it's too late on a Monday.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
look, it's been a Monday. So
Garfield was right.
Mondays, am I right? Fujimoto Tatsuki 1726. This has just landed on Amazon Prime Video in the last couple of weeks, which is perfect timing because the run for, Chainsaw Man is just kind of wrapped up in cinemas here and in the US, I believe, as well. This is a collection of the creator of Chainsaw Man's works. 8 stories, 7 directors, 6 studios working together. It collects the animated adaptations from his early career before he became a global hit with Chainsaw Man. Obviously, he isn't including Fire Fist.
For good reason.
For good reason. Like, Chainsaw Man has elements of Fire Fist in it, no surprise there. But Fire Fist is...
Something else.
It's a ride. It's not the worst manga I've ever read, but it's just kind of a bit strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all have that sort of awkward phase before we find our rhythm, which is kind of what's happened here.
Yeah. But yeah, this anthology has mirrored the same order of the 2-volume manga collection. Tifa has it on her shelf. Yeah, just there behind your head, the yellow one, yeah?
Yeah, this yellow and orange one. This is like, I just realized it's like a Fujimoto shelf now.
It is. It's all Chainsaw Man and that. And what's the one next? Is that Fire Fist as well?
Oh, these ones
Yeah.
here. No, there's like a fan book as well, like a
Oh.
little like Chainsaw Man thing.
Oh,
as
fair
well.
enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is basically a collection of stories he created between 17 and 26. Some of them were published as one-shots in Shonen Jump and Jump Plus. Others were not. I think a couple of them, the early ones, weren't actually published, but they've since been published, obviously, since his fame has grown. And yeah, it's quite a unique compilation of stories. He likes to play around with alien ideas and, fantasy / supernatural, actually more supernatural than fantasy, I would say. And there's aliens, there's chickens that aren't really chickens. There's a vampire who hires an assassin who's unhinged. Like, you know, it's really well done. Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
There's a couple of little romancy ones with.
Yeah.
I think most of the overarching themes that we get is alienation, whether it's like actually physical alienation or just like in other ways. Love is present in all of them as well, and just like, yeah, the idea of being an outcast, and also just talking about weird and strange things that people usually wouldn't discuss. So.
Yeah.
Some of them are like really unhinged.
Some of them you wait for the other shoe to drop, like the bullet one.
Yeah.
I was like,
Is he dead?
yeah, I was like, this is clearly going to be fantasy. He's going to be
was
like imagining
crazy.
it, and then it's like, nope, that's what happened. That's how the entire thing played out, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That is the worst rated one, by the way.
Really?
The second episode.
oh, but that was one of the
Yes.
best. I thought it was
I don't know.
hilarious. Like, look,
I think
it's
there were great elements. but
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not as good as Shikaku, and the ending's just kind of a bit like, oh, so he did the thing, cool. But like, really?
He did a Lucy.
So look, we'll go through the episodes. We won't tell you. We won't obviously give you the results on how they end and so on. But the first one's called "A Couple of Clucking Chickens Were Kicking in the Schoolyard." The title of it just made me go, "What?"
I know. That was another thing that was also an overarching theme is Fujimoto's taste in women, which I think is even apparent in that first one. A woman that is tall, that is big, or can beat you up, or is smarter than you. Someone that's
Yes.
just better than him,
In
he's
every
taking
way.
it.
Oh man,
The giant alien girl.
I loved her.
Was hilarious. Like it was a
loved
10
her.
out of 10.
I know.
So this one's set in 2019 where aliens won a war over Earth and left mankind in ruin, and they see humans the same way that chickens were considered to be food. Humans are a delicacy. So there's no humans left really. So there are two remnants of humanity who can be left in the garden of a school swarming with alien students because they disguise themselves as chickens. And you know, most aliens think chickens are unappetizing, but a new student arrives who loves chicken. So yeah, it's a bit unhinged. It's beautifully animated. It's action oriented, and considering that this was written when it is in the order of when he wrote them. So this was kind of like the first notable short he wrote, which is amazing because yeah, what? But actually maybe not.
I really love as well in that the aliens, they have like a second form, and in that you can kind of see the style of Chainsaw Man sort of starting to form
100%.
as well. So it's like really cool to actually see how he's grown through these short stories as well with his like ideas. Yeah.
I think it's also interesting that because we get to see like how a creative style advances over time with these, because like some of them are very clearly better and more thought out than others, and it's obviously him maturing as a writer and having a better concept of when he wants to write a story, how he goes about it and how he approaches. And I do apologize. Couple of Clucking Chickens was apparently released in 2017, so it's not the earliest. Sasaki-kun Stopped a Bullet is from 2016 apparently, and that one is the one which we were talking about earlier, which is apparently not as well rated. So
it might be because of the like way the student like fawns over the teacher that it may be so low rated.
there are elements in there of Denji.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like just that. I think it's kind of like the degeneracy that's shown within it as
Yeah.
well, like from like two different characters that people are like, oh, I don't know if this, because Fujimoto has grown to find the line of what he can talk about and kind of tiptoe along it on what like people are okay with and how to discuss really terrible issues as well. And I think this is like his first taste of trying to figure that out, and it didn't quite land
work,
with
yeah.
everyone. And then Yeah, like some elements of it are really, really good. I really like the conversation about his father as well. I thought that was quite well put together. And like you understand as well a student having a crush on their sensei and things like that. But yeah, I think like maybe it just didn't mesh everything as well together as some of the other stories in the anthology, perhaps.
Yeah, that's true. I should have mentioned as well, the first one, the couple of chickens kicking around, was animated by Zexus. At least they were the lead studio on it. If you go to like my anime list and have a look at all the studios and participants in it as the main thing, it's like every single studio that exists is listed there. Every one of them has done something, whether it's in between animations or support or second framework or whatever it might be. There's just, the list is ridiculous. So
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, like Sasaki-kun, Sasaki Stopped a Bullet is Sasaki, his teacher Kawaguchi is God. She taught him not to be ashamed of his own dreams and made him feel capable of forging forward and make them come true no matter how low the odds. Yet one day, trouble from the teacher's past follows her into the classroom. With his God in danger of total humiliation, he sets out to protect his teacher using his very own teaching, her very own teaching to strive for the impossible. He stops a bullet with his bare hands. And it's so wild. That's the part which I thought was the funniest bit. And it's like all the different camera angles of him going, Sasaki stopped the bullet. Sasaki stopped the bullet. What is it? Call a locksmith. Like, you know. As we've pointed out, it is apparently the lowest rated episode out of the 8. But it is still a good laugh. And that was 2016, apparently. The next two are really interesting. Koi wa Momoku, Love is Blind. This is about... this was amazing. Sorry, this is the one which actually, like, other than Shikaku, this one stood out to me so much because it was just so unhinged in the best way possible. So this apparently was released in Jump... SQ19 volume 13, so 2019 it would have been released. And this is about a guy who, you know, he wants to confess and nothing is going to get in his way.
This is the one that I genuinely thought you'd enjoy the most.
Yeah, I really did. Like, Shikaku is amazing because of like the way it flips, like the storytelling, but Love is Blind was just so much fun. So like, yeah, Ibuki has decided he's graduating and he is going to tell his, you know, his vice president of the school club that he loves her and they should go out together and he's going to miss her and all this stuff. But things keep getting in the way.
And this kid is so intense. Like, he's got, like, these piercing blue eyes.
Yeah.
Like, Gojo would be like, oh.
I'm trying to remember where I've seen that art style before of, like, the real close swirl.
Kind of...
The swirl.
Looks like Blue Exorcist.
Yeah.
And kind of like Blue
Gorilla
Lock
Gun
as well.
too.
Yeah,
Blue Lock, Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, Blue Lock with, like, how his eyes move and it's got, like, that trail of light behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This was animated, well, led by Lapin Track, who I don't really know. They are a studio who've been around for quite a while. They're just they did a lot of second key animation stuff, so they were involved in like Akiba Made War and Haikyuu as well. Actually, there you go, Golden Kamuy second season, TV4, Laid Back Camp, they were a production cooperator. Mob Psycho 100, they did in between animations. Like, they've been involved in a lot of different things, but mostly as a support studio as opposed to the lead in production. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see a lot of these smaller studios get given the opportunity to take the lead as far as the production on this goes.
It's nice.
But this one, Lapin Track was both Sasaki Stopped a Bullet and Love is Blind.
Oh, okay.
So they did both of those.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, look, Ibuki's going to declare his love. It doesn't matter if someone tries to mug him or aliens want to take over the earth. He's gonna say it.
Or if teachers come to harass him, or nothing's stopping him.
No.
That man's getting it done. Doesn't matter, rain, hail, or shine.
It's a beautiful day for a walk. And the next one in that initial 4 run is called Shikaku. And this is the one which caught my eye initially because this went absolutely viral on TikTok because the framing that is used for it is so good. Like,
Yeah.
So Shikaku's a notorious yet compassionate hitman. Meanwhile, Yusel is about to die of boredom, at least he wishes he could. The immortal vampire has reached the peak of apathy after experiencing everything life has to offer, which is why he's offered Shikaku $100 million to kill him. And hilarity ensues. But there's this fantastic short sequence of events that keeps getting shared around on TikTok and even on just general social media, where he says, "You just need to kill me. It's $100 million." Instantly pulls out the gun, headshot. And then that happens and you see, like, it's the side shot of him. So sort of like how I'm sitting on the screen where I'm a side on profile, and he's pulling himself back up as his head's recreating. And in the same movement as he's sitting back upright, a shotgun swings down into the shot and lets go. And it's just
So
beautifully done. Like, that was fantastic animation. It was so well thought out, and that just made me go, wow, I need to know what this is. And that's actually how I discovered the actual series. Like, I should have been aware of this beforehand, but holy cow.
Yeah, it's the end of your burnout.
Yeah, this is true.
Normally we're better at this kind of stuff, we promise.
Yeah, this one's great. It's basically a bored immortal and a bit of an unhinged hitman who, it starts a bit sad, but it quickly escalates to complete stupidity in the best way possible.
Yeah, the start had me real concerned because like you were like, oh yeah, this is my favorite, and I started watching it. I was like, Kyle,
are you okay?
It's my favorite too.
It's your favorite too, Tifa?
Yeah.
Dear.
I think in the start as well, I was like, Makima?
Yeah, she does.
She's like the
Makima
same
vibes.
style.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, so that's like the first half, and that's all from the first book, which is 1721. And then the second set of books is 2226. And that's got, again, another four stories. Shikaku was by Studio Graph 77, who they have only done, according to Anime News Network, in between animation on the Chainsaw Man movie, Rezark.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh,
outside of this.
interesting.
So they must, I'm sure there's probably more that they have done in the past, but that is what they are known for, at least as far as the listings that we have currently available, which is crazy to think a studio who was a support studio for the film. Yeah.
It makes sense that he'd be like, oh, hey, yeah, I've got you guys doing this. Would you be interested in also doing this while I've got you? Because I'm liking the work that you're putting in here.
This is true.
Yeah.
The next one is the last one I managed to watch before this, and I'm really excited to watch the one after, but I haven't got to it. So this is Mermaid Rhapsody. This was okay. It's the typical tale of,
A boy in love with a mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautifully animated. The music's quite well done. But it is kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels a little bit predictable, yeah. And maybe this is a case that he was trying to do something that was more acceptable to a broad audience to test the waters to see how it would go.
Yeah.
Because, again, this was released in Jump SQ 19, and so that means 2019, Volume 17. He was, trying to gauge, I guess, the interest.
He just
audience.
watched My Mermaid Melody Pitchy Pitchy Pitch fan dub.
What? I don't know what that is. I have concerns, but
I'll show you after the show.
It's just for kids, isn't it?
No.
Oh, dear God. Anyway, so yeah, the guy, the main character is half mermaid. They don't explain how that happened. They don't even show how that could have happened.
Well, she lays her eggs and then the dad swims over and fertilizes them.
No. So anyway, there's a piano underwater for some reason, and he goes and plays the piano, and that attracts a mermaid. So, I would say hilarity ensues, but it's not really hilarity. It's just kind of like a standard drama romance.
I was gonna say, did hilarity ensue in any of them? I was like, a little bit, but like his work's really not meant to be funny.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
I feel like a lot of it's shock.
I thought Shikaku was
pretty funny.
I thought Shikaku was pretty funny, and obviously, Love Is Blind was pretty funny.
Oh, Love Is Blind was hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, the first one was kind of funny in certain aspects of it as well.
Like there was definitely
I
an
would
element
say
of
that
slapstick to all of them in some places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with even the second one as well. Like that had funny moments in it as well. But I would say with Mermaid Rhapsody, the thing about it that felt Fujimoto was mainly just being in love with something that you feel.
Yeah.
And like just how scary she kind of becomes, you know? So
Yeah.
I think though with Mermaid Rhapsody, the thing about it that is like super Fujimoto is his love of what he fears, especially when it comes to women. And also I think just playing with the idea that that girl looks so much like his mom.
I know.
And then I was like, is it genetic as well that in his family they fall in love with mermaids? I had so many questions that were just never answered. And it was like the most plain of all of them, but left the most like weird questions.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There was a lot
Interesting.
of weirdness to that story.
Yeah.
It, like, I agree with you. Like, it is the most simple. It's the most, I guess you could say, like, the equivalent of like making Belle. Like, it hits all the right notes. But if you're familiar with the other work of the person, you're like, well, why has it been done this way? It doesn't seem right.
Yeah, and it feels like the most common's not the right word, but like frequent interpretation of those things.
Yeah.
Like the way that they're put out into media, it's sort of like the cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Like he's just gone with the generic
yeah.
everything.
I mean, like, it was 2019, so maybe he was testing the waters to see how generic he had to go
Yeah.
before, you know, because that, you know, at 2019, I feel like he would have been doing Fire Punch at that point.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he was testing it to see if, you know, how basic does he have to go for the next series that he releases?
How much does he have to appease
True.
the normies?
Exactly, yeah. So the next three I haven't had a chance to watch, but I am aware of them. I've seen like kind of the previews for them. So the first one was Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
This was released in Shonen Jump Plus in 2017. And
in 2017.
yeah. Diagnosed with incurable "when I woke up I became a girl" disease.
It's so sweet.
Yeah, Toshihide is forced
But
to
also,
deal
like,
with
ugh.
being ostracized and harassed by classmates. Amid it all, he also has to reevaluate the nature of his relationship with his girlfriend, Rie. His predicament becomes further complicated when he begins to view Rie's brother, Akira, in a new light. So yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a gender swap.
Yeah, and just the way that like the classmates go, "Oh, you were a boy, but you're now a girl." Oh, well, you know that how much we want these things, so just do it. And he's like, well, she's like, "No, not really. That's why are you putting all this pressure on me? I'm me. Don't put you in me. Let me be me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something else that was interesting in that as well is the discussion of how she, or let's just say they, because then maybe that's easier, felt like kept being told that they were a girl before they actually became a girl because of how much they cried and how feminine they were and all those kinds of things. So when they woke up in the like I woke up as a girl syndrome, and it was just like, oh, am I actually what other people say I am, kind of a thing, which was quite interesting to explore.
I mean, this is something we've talked about quite a bit on the show, and that's that, you know, Fujimoto, we think he's obviously in touch with his feminine side, his understanding of how, you know, potentially the female psyche works, or if not that deep, then an understanding of, you know, the role and experiences that females have within the world. And as we've mentioned when we were talking about Look Back, it seems very much that he uses a lot of these stories which are, you know, semi-autobiographical. He uses a female character in place of himself, or explores the theme of transitioning from one gender or experience to the other. And Tifa, I think you said it best, is that there is obviously a discussion around this as to whether he doesn't see himself as necessarily a man or a woman, you know, and that he's still trying to figure that out, and he's using his manga as kind of like the gateway to do that.
Yeah, for sure. And I also do think that there is a lot of stigmas around like men and showcasing emotion as well. And perhaps that he is just a very emotional person. And so for him to create something that's autobiographical, this includes the final episode in this series as well, which feels like very true to him in a way. I think that changing certain characters or changing himself to a female and writing from that perspective is perhaps easier because emotions are considered less of a stigma for females to feel, especially in a culture like Japan where they're very specific about their genders and everything as well at times. So I feel like that is probably something really personal to him. Something we don't know. I mean, that could just be something that we're making out of all of these things that we've seen. It might not actually be true, but he's an interesting fella if you read and listen to his interviews. But it's a common theme, so it's like most audiences would think that there's definitely something there.
Yeah. Interestingly, Studio Kafka were the ones who are lined up to do this. They're the pretty new studio who was developed just to continue the Ancient Magus Bride series.
Oh, wow.
So they were set up for when OVA 2 and Season 2 were announced as the lead animation production on it. They've since then done a lot of secondary animations on everything from Dandadan to Kaiji Number 8 to Gundam Freedom, the Monogatari series. They've done a lot of different background work as second animation in between and so on. So they're obviously well established by this point. But again, fairly minor studio in the grand scheme of things. Like, there's no Mappa or like A1 Pictures in the list. Like, sure, they are there in like support perspectives, but that's it. I also forgot to mention 100 Studio were the one who did the previous one, which was the Mermaid one, and they also do Nayuta of the Prophecy, which is the next one on this list as well. So
and
that one, yeah.
Again, they've been mostly a second key animation studio. Like, I think the only one they've been lead on by the looks of it is A Few Moments of Cheer, which is a movie, and Vermilion Mask. So yeah, though weirdly they were involved in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush.
Okay.
Second key animation. Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah, like, it just saw Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Do they play Pot of Greed?
I think they did. That's how they got this.
What's it do?
In this case, it takes all of your opponent studios and puts them into the Shadow Realm. And then lets you draw 2 cards. So yeah, the next one, Nayuta of the Prophecy. Nayuta is a demonic child who bears horns, lacks a human heart, and speaks with a wicked tongue. And even though before her birth it was prophesied that she would be the one to spur on the apocalypse, and as a result the public detests magic users like her. Nayuta's very existence has led to the deaths of her parents and the misfortune of many others, yet despite everything, her older brother Kenji is undeterred and vows to protect her.
This one was fun because you can see that this is where power started. Like, the design, the everything about her, and just not grasping human behavior. But then, like, the more you watch it, the more you see she understands more than she can communicate. And just the development of her alone throughout that entire thing. Like, you get a full character development, and you can understand her logic behind doing things. She's not a demon child. She's just a child.
With horns.
Yes.
With horns and demonic powers. But because she appears that way, people aren't letting her be a kid and are judging her harshly for behaving like a kid.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you throw tantrums. If things don't go your way, you lash out. This kid just happens to have extra power. It's not a matter of her being a bad kid. It's a matter of you need to guide her correctly.
Yeah. Dad Mode Aaron came out.
Dad Mode Aaron came out. Like, watching it the entire
It's so
time,
true, though.
I was like, they're not treating her correctly. Like, it's like having a neurodiverse child who can't communicate because she can't speak properly. So it's like having a child who just can't. What's the word? I can't. They're nonverbal.
Oh, okay.
Like, the character's not nonverbal, but like if you had
The
a nonverbal
behavioral types are similar.
Yeah, because like she tries to talk, but it's all just mean things, and she doesn't mean them.
So she's got Tourette's, got it.
Yeah, basically, and like,
Well, it's not like mean things. It's just like it's
death,
like she's casting a
destruction,
spell
decapitation.
almost.
Oh,
And,
okay.
yeah,
So she was just saying words
Yeah.
that people without context around them or understanding will take it to be that she's trying to incite violence or anger or rage.
yeah. But
Yes.
that's
But there
all
is-
she can say.
Yeah, there is like one line there as well, which is like one of those things, but it's like the one time that she says something like that. I won't say what it is, like you can go watch it, but there's like one thing that she does say, and she says it to her older brother, and it's like, oh, like I actually understand what she's saying here, even though she's saying nonsense. And you're just like, because of what specifically she says as well, and
the
you're just like,
context of
oh, she's
everything.
asking if you're okay.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's just there's a gap between her brain and her mouth where something gets lost in translation and it just comes out all wrong.
Yeah.
But
No,
like,
fair.
yeah, no, as a dad, this hit me hard.
Yeah, fair.
And like, yeah, watching her growth, because like throughout the entire thing, she's reading books and she's constantly trying to prove herself to her older brother because her older brother's working himself to the bone. And kids see more than you know.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
sure.
And this is like, he did a great job in this one. This one's probably my favorite because of how well it's done.
Oh, fair enough. Something I should mention, Woke Up as a Girl Syndrome was 2017. This one was 2015.
Oh, wow.
So obviously, like, it's kind of,
Wow.
it's obviously not one every year because that's not necessarily how manga artists work.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's interesting to know the spread. The last one, Sisters, which I know me and Aaron haven't watched, but Tifa, you have watched, I believe.
I have, yes.
So this was 2018, was when this one was released. And anyone would be mortified if their nude portrait was hung in the main entrance of their school. And this quickly becomes Mitsuko Ihara's mortifying reality after her sister painting wins gold in an art contest. So per tradition, Niga Art High School showcases the award-winning artwork year-round, forcing her to endure constant humiliation by her peers. And for this, she vows to make her sister Kyoko suffer the same degradation as she has. It's a little messed up by the sounds of it.
Yeah, your sister was doing a nice thing and you're taking what everyone else is doing to you.
Well, I
but
think-
think about like the
yeah.
age bracket.
Yeah, I get that. Like when you're in high school, you never blame the people who are actually doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes, but also you would think that I get that it's an art school, so they're mainly just considering the art, but also having a nude painting of a high schooler hanging up in your school is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It
Yeah,
doesn't
so
really
obviously-
pass the Epstein test, if you will. So
Yes, it is very carefully animated. Everything is censored through the light that is coming from
oh god, rays.
the top of the skylight. Yes, and
my
it goes
favourite.
across, so you can't see anything.
Okay, that's good.
But it's a really interesting conversation about jealousy, and I think it's a really interesting one that may have inspired to further develop this as Look Back. I feel like this is the beginnings of that, especially because it's like, oh, my little sister would always copy everything I did. I would do something, she'd copy it. And I always felt comfort because I had been doing it longer than her, so I was always better. So there was no harm in that. We could just play and it was fine. But when your younger sister starts getting better at things than you, what do you do? Like something that everyone praised you for, but now she's so much better than you are. And then the jealousy and the anger at that painting doesn't actually end up coming from the fact that she's on display. It's coming from the fact that her sister could paint her that way and she felt like she was unable to reach that level at that time. So it becomes more something like that. And you know that someone who is painting you in such a light as well is someone that admires you, but she just doesn't see that because she's clouded by her own thoughts and feelings. And the two different perspectives is kind of similar as well, I think, with Look Back. And there's parts of it that remind me of Asa and Yoru, who are in part 2 of Chainsaw Man, and just a lot of it I feel like is very integral to like Fujimoto himself. So even though it's like a weird twisted way to play on this idea, I feel like that's where he thrives in as well and makes good manga and good anime.
It's interesting as well, like you mentioned, like this being kind of a bit of a precursor to Look Back, because Look Back was written in 2021 and this was 2018. So he's had 3 years to kind of refine that idea and connect with it. And as you said, like that idea of the two two sisters or two close female friends who have a rivalry or a jealousy does seem to be a theme that, actually, now that I think about it, has appeared in literally almost every single one of his works when there are two girls of a similar age and similar skill set within the same area as each other. I think there's, from memory, and it's been a while since I watched Fire Fist, but I'm pretty sure, read Fire Fist, I should say. I'm pretty sure there was two female characters in the village towards the end that were fighting over who was his best companion and stuff like that, like who could look after him or support him best. So like that rivalry between two female characters is a common trope that he's not so much a trope, but a common theme that he's implemented through a lot of his work. So yeah, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Also of interest is that this is the only one that's been animated by what we would consider a main studio. It's been done by PA Works.
Oh.
Yeah, of all people. So yeah, that was not what I was expecting to find. But yeah, look, it's interesting as well because, and Tifa, we were talking about this with you previously, that it's kind of surprising that basically a compilation series like this would get developed in this modern day and age, especially considering how, you know, studios are quite protective of IP. They rarely kind of work with each other in the way that we see here. Not in that, like, obviously they all work with each other and support each other, but normally you look for one studio to take over the whole project as it would typically be the case. And this seems to be, this is the second time I can think of it in the last few years where that's happened. The other one being Star Wars Visions, where I don't know if it's because, like in the Star Wars case, it's Disney, so they're running the show. But in this case, it's interesting that it happened considering, you know, it's because he's become big, as opposed to, you know, some exec saying this is exactly what we want and this is who we want to do it. So yeah.
I feel like as well that Fujimoto, the thing that we've learned most about him through his works is that he is an artist, first and foremost. So I do think that he is very protective of his work and not giving it all over to like one person, and also like kind of wants to see other people take on what he has created and see what they can do artistically with that as well. I feel like maybe there's something with that there, because it's easiest to just like give it all over to one studio and they just take control, they take care of it. But perhaps maybe it's his mentoring, people that he's worked with before that have been like, don't do that. That maybe he's like learnt a different way to explore these things, because even before Chainsaw Man had actually been animated, the care that people took with that after the manga, because of how popular the manga was and how specific they wanted the anime to be with all different endings, that doesn't happen for just any anime, especially a first season. No. So there's definitely like something there.
It's also interesting as well because there's been a couple of interviews that have appeared on Anime News Network. So Avex Pictures, it appears that they were kind of the ones that led the work on it, but they also were involved in Look Back, and they apparently the producer Ryo Oyama from Avex Pictures said that, you know, he'd read the anthology book prior to Look Back, so, you know, although the projects didn't start simultaneously, they actually started planning this collaboration when they were working on Look Back. So then they just kind of were going to each studio and asking them to do it to fit it into their schedule. So when do you have time to make a 12-minute short for us? That will go in a part of a collaboration. So obviously, depending on the studio would impact which producer and which director they could get on board and what team. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, like how it seems like it requires someone external from the main run to come in and kind of basically play the same role as Disney or Netflix to say, we want this from you and we want that from you, and we're going to make the Animatrix all over again, but it's only Fujimoto's work. So yeah, it's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of interesting people involved in it, and if you do watch it, I'd highly recommend, like, if you're into it, go have a look at like the backgrounds of all the people involved in each of the individual projects, because there's a lot of really well-known people involved in this project throughout the entire anime industry, and it kind of says a lot about how much of an impact Fujimoto's work has kind of had, despite realistically only Chainsaw Man being the big hit that started it off, and then that has caused people to look at his other work more closely, resulting in Look Back and resulting in this. So it kind of says a lot about how that, you know, you can be doing great work for a long time, but until you hit the correct level and the correct audience at the right time, no one will look at everything or talk about it as widely as until that happens. So yeah, you can watch it on Amazon Prime. It is 8 episodes, runs for about 12 minutes an episode. Some of them are a little longer, some are a little shorter. They don't have to run to a normal broadcast timeline, so that works out pretty good. You can do exactly the amount of work you need to make sure the story gets told properly, which is a nice change. Yeah. And with that, it's time to get into the anime news.
Kawaii-Fi Radio!
Tonight on Anime Communique.
Great story, compelling and rich.
Nothing brings ratings up like a little controversy.
Alrighty. Controversy. I'm going to swap things around because the first one isn't actually a controversy. It's just sad. So, controversy. Shueisha, Kodansha, Shogakukan, and Kadokawa have won their copyright suit against Cloudflare, who... I still think it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but Cloudflare went down the other day. You might have noticed it because you couldn't access your sites. They've sued them because of copyright infringement laws filed by Japanese publishers in Tokyo. It's an infrastructure firm, so that's like... I want to say it's like suing the plumber who ran the sewage pipe out of your property when, you know, the sewage block down the street backs up. Like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So they're only claiming a portion of the damage was suffered due to Cloudflare, and that it was basically to do with copyright, piracy of Japanese manga. So the Japanese language manga piracy site Mangamura became inaccessible on April 2018. They kind of... like the Japanese publishers filed a takedown request, a criminal complaint against the website, and then they confirmed that they were actively investigating them, and police then made several arrests. This was back in 2018, 2017. And following that, they requested Cloudflare to stop hosting content for several piracy sites, and according to the motion, the manga piracy websites which Cloudflare had offered services included Hoshi no Romi, an apparent Mangamura successor website. Now, this is the thing, like, Cloudflare doesn't actually host. Like, you can host stuff on Cloudflare. You really shouldn't. It's not worth the money. It's a really bad choice. Like, they're an intermediary between a server and the end user. They're not the actual server that you're connecting to. So, as I said, it's like suing the guy who built the pipe as opposed to the person who's, you know, sent sewage back up. Yeah. So it just, to me, it makes no sense why this has gone through and been approved. So
yeah, but if we've learned anything over the recent years about Japanese and lawsuits, they'll take any opportunity that they can to screw over anyone else they can.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm looking at you, Nintendo.
I thought you were going to talk about Crunchyroll, which is just Sony.
Yeah, they'll go after themselves if they have to.
They will, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's an Ouroboros.
Nom, nom, nom. Anyway, so that's happened. It's about 500 million yen. It is a lot of money, but it's not that much money in the grand scheme of copyright suits. I think it'll be more interesting to see what the guys who have been arrested and charged actually get charged with, and how much they, you know, if they've been fined for a set amount, or if they put a dollar value on how much that piracy was worth based on the website traffic. Anyway, some sad news. The One Piece and Dragon Ball Super series director Tatsuya Nagamine has passed away. He directed One Piece's Wano, Kuni, and Egg Island arcs, so quite recent stuff. One Piece Film Z, Dragon Ball Super Broly movie as well. So, you know, last 5 to 10 years sort of thing. It's quite a shame.
Broly was where we met.
Yeah, it was. That was a good day.
That was a good day.
We'd only just started the podcast that
I
day.
pieced out like immediately after the movie, and you're like, "Oh, I wanted to talk to you about things."
now I get to do it all the time.
Hey, what did you think of Broly 5 years later?
Yeah, Aaron, what did you think of Broly? It was good. I enjoyed.
I didn't like the they were out in the middle of Antarctica, and then all of a sudden, like, the music that was playing sounded like they were chanting for Broly and Gogeta, like they were in an arena, and it was way out of place. And like, if it had have been in an arena, that would have been perfect, because then you could see that. You could see the people chanting for the people fighting. But it was in Antarctica where there was nobody, and it didn't make sense.
Yeah, fair. See, like...
I still hold beef.
I liked it, but also, like, I think what they were trying to emulate was what happened in the previous Dragon Ball Super film with Frieza, because they then got Maximum the Hormone to make that Frieza song.
Oh my god,
which
that was so good.
And that worked, but then they were like, why don't we emulate that again? And it did not work. But yeah, he directed that, and he served as series producer for Dragon Ball Super episode 77 through to 131.
Dang.
Was also assistant director back in the day for movie 4, Path to Power. Dragon Ball Movie 4, and animator for Dragon Ball Z Kai, and animation director for Dragon Ball GT. Also involved in Digimon. Directed Digimon Savers the Movie, Ultimate Power, Burst Mode Invoke, what a name, and assistant director for Digimon 02 Hurricane Touchdown film. So,
oh, that one was good.
Yeah, like the list keeps going on. Like those were just the ones that he was well known for. But yeah, so obviously long history, was by the sounds of it with Toei Animation for a long time, and they've done a little sort of remembrance gathering for him as well. So look, it's a shame when any of these people who we know have had a massive impact on the anime industry pass on, even if, you know, the name might not have been as broadly known. But you know, our thoughts are with the family as they go through this. But yes, let's move on to I guess you could say a more positive and uplifting thing, and that is that America is going to stuff up, Hollywood more correctly is going to stuff up the Oscars again, because finally a heap of anime films are being confirmed for the 2026 Oscars eligibility. Whether or not they'll get selected is another matter altogether.
I want Channing Tatum to win an award for his dub. Let's make it happen.
I want Channing Tatum on stage with the rest of them, just like, hey, I got to go up here.
Demon Slayer is like, yes.
So the current ones, the 35 titles eligible for the animated feature category, we've got Chainsaw Man the movie Res Arc, KO, which is Studio 4 Degrees C. We haven't really talked about that one. I'm not too sure on it. Colorful Stage, the movie A Miku Who Can't Sing, which is the Miku story. Dragonheart Adventures Beyond the World. I don't know that, but it's by a non-standard studio that we haven't talked about, which is HS Picture Studios. I don't know what the situation is there. Scarlet by Mamoru Hosoda, and Rock and Roll Mountains 100 Meters, which is the sort of I think it's just released in English cinemas, but it's a niche film. It's about literally 100-meter dash. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
My friend saw it and was like, it was so much better than he expected, because when he watched it, for majority of it, he was like, okay, this is pretty good. It's a solid movie, but that last bit of the film, the last dash of the film, made it all worth it. He was like, the build up, because of how a 100-meter dash is done, and the build up to that last point.
It's literally 10 seconds or less at the most of the time. So like, it's such a yeah. Pretty wild.
Exactly.
Now, we should also mention K-pop Demon Hunters have been listed for it as well as the Korean animated film Lost in Starlight are also eligible. So that's going to be interesting. And then Japan's submission for the international feature is Kokuho, which I don't recognize. And
what did you call me?
Kokuho. Kokuho. Yeah. Whatever. Whatever. There's obviously going to be more things shortlisted as far as the international films, digital effects, and so on. We'll all hear more and more about that as we get closer to the end of the year. But some films still need to play in at least one theater in one of the 6 major American metropolitan areas before December 31st to fully qualify. So we'll see how this goes. If all 35 films qualify, that means from the list, that means there'll be 5 nominees as opposed to the typical 4. So we'll see how this goes. I'm really hoping that Japan gets 2 of them. And K-pop Demon Hunters will obviously get a nod because of how massive it's been.
Oh, without a doubt.
But yeah, I think it's probably just going to be Demon Slayer and...
Demon Slayer wasn't on the list.
It is on the list.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say Demon Slayer.
Didn't I? Whoops, sorry.
I was sitting there waiting for it. I was like, where is Demon Slayer?
Yeah,
it should be there.
It's interesting that they haven't actually listed it there. It is listed at the top. It's like the first thing it's the title of the article, Demon Slayer eligible for Oscars, but it's not in their list of ones that are eligible, which is really weird. Oh no, there it is. I'm just
list
blind.
Kaiji Tang. Yeah.
I'm just blind.
Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Kaiba.
Infinity Castle.
Yaiba.
Yaiba.
What's up?
You guys are so millennial.
I know, someone's about to die.
Me!
So that's at least the details that we've got so far. There's 35 eligible titles on there. We'll see what happens over the next couple of months while things kind of finish showing and so on. Fingers crossed we'll get more than that. But let's stick with films. So in the kind of film update section, first Demon Slayer film, Infinity Castle, is the first Japanese film ever to exceed 100 billion yen globally, which is nuts. Yeah, it has sold 89 million tickets globally. 26 million of those were just in Japan. How many people went back multiple times?
That's kind of crazy.
I'm pretty sure it's still in cinemas.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Garden City, I think, here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Still available here in Melbourne, too.
Oh, man. It also only just opened in China, and it earned 373 million...
Won?
It says RMB. I thought it was yuan, but yeah, I don't know what RMB is. Apologies for my ignorance on that.
Is that a music genre?
No, that's RMB.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's about 52 million US in its first 3 days in China. So that's huge.
Dang.
So well done, guys. Like, holy cow. Like, you've really done well. They've made it the second highest earning film of all time at the Japanese box office, surpassing Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away. So, yeah, that was...
time for another viewing.
Yeah, opened on... Yeah, so that was halfway through the run, and it's since exceeded that. So now it is the number one. So there you go. Fantastic.
Nice job.
As far as cinemas go, Chainsaw Man has debuted. Well, Chainsaw Man film has gone back to number one in Japan. So, yep, Jujutsu Kaisen must have been in number one for execution, and that's dropped to number 2. Infinity Castle is back up to number 4, and Evangelion 1.0 re-release is back in at number 6. Like, what is going on in the cinemas at the moment?
That's so random.
Yeah, right? I was not expecting that. 4K restoration of Princess Mononoke has dropped from 5th to 8th in its 4th week, but it's still earned like... Man, $7.5 million US just in its run in the US.
And how much of that was you, Tifa?
All Tifa.
No, it was all Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, actually, yes.
Just you two on your romantic dates, watching it and snuggling up together.
Oh, I'll take it.
Now, this is actually something that pertains to our next episode. The 4K remaster of Mamoru Oshii and Yoshita Amano's 1985 film Angel's Egg opened on the 14th of November in 10 theaters only. That has already cracked 12 million yen, so 76,000 US in the first 3 days just from 10 theaters. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but for 10 theaters, considering the others, we're talking several hundred or in some cases almost 1,000 theaters. That's not bad takings, just considering these are just promo showings to get people to buy the Blu-ray. So that's pretty good. Sticking still with film, Mamoru Hosoda's Scarlet film opened in Japan on November 21st, and we have just received confirmation of an English subtitled trailer, and allegedly it should be in the United States. Originally was planned for December 12th, been delayed to early 2026 for North America. However, it is still planning to have an awards qualifying run in North America this year, so you might be able, if you're in one of those major 6, Oscar cities where they have to show it. It might be you might be able to catch a pre-screening there, so keep an eye out for that for our friends in the US. It did get screened at the 82nd Venice International Film Festival, and it also went well at the Toronto International Film Festival as well. So, yeah, look, we're expecting a lot from this. They're like, visionary, Academy Award registered, nominated filmmaker, Mamoru Hosoda. And then I love the fact that they use Mirai and not Belle as what he's famous for.
Of course.
So, yeah, time-bending animation adventure about Scarlet, a medieval-era sword-fighting princess on a dangerous quest to avenge her father. After failing at her mission and finding herself gravely injured in the other world that exists somewhere between life and death, she encounters an idealistic young man from our present day who not only helps to heal, but shows her the possibility of a future free of bitterness and rage. Obviously not talking about today. When confronted by her father's killer, she faces her most daunting battle. Can she break the cycle of hatred and find meaning in life beyond revenge? So, yeah, it looks like they've used a fair bit of CG in this one as well, similar to how they did with Belle, but I think the implementation of this feels more natural because it looks like they've included more brushstroke work on the CG characters to help them blend into the environment more naturally. So it looks pretty good. We will obviously see when we do get the screenings here in Australia. I reckon will probably be the same as the United States, so early 2026. But yeah, hopefully this is a better story than Belle, which was just Beauty and the Beast.
But VR,
yeah. But yeah, look, I mean, I do smack talk Belle a lot. It was pretty, but like, considering the hype around it, it deserved more attention to detail to the storytelling, and it could have tread some unforeseen paths. So, yeah. Also, quick couple of short newses on films. The 5th Girls and Panzer final film opens in 2026. There's still one more after that, in case you're wondering.
Oh my goodness.
And the second Gundam Hathaway film has confirmed a January 30th release in Japan. So for those waiting for the next chapter of that Gundam story, it will be probably mid-year here for international audiences. Outside of that, 1 hour Undead in the anime updates. Undead Unluck has got a 1 hour special airing on December 25th. And there's also 2 TV animes announced. One is for Now That We Draw, which is, I think I was telling you guys about this in the pre-show. It's a manga I've been reading. It's basically about a Gyaru type girl who wants to be a manga-ka. And, you know, she does that in the background and ends up becoming close friends with an otaku at... He's not like creepy otaku. He's just, I want to be a manga artist. That's it, sort of thing. Like
tunnel vision kind
of guy. There's also it is a rom-com. It is really, really goofily animated. The art style that I'm seeing on all the trailers looks very accurate to the art we've seen on the covers of the manga, which is nice to see. So that should be arriving sometime in the next couple of years. We don't have a release date by the looks of it. So just the anime's been announced at this point. Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling is also premiering on January 2026, and MF Ghost is back for a 3rd season this January. Let's chase up Mount Fuji. It's not the other MF. Sorry. And 2 quick manga updates. Blooming Love manga is ending. That's in Shonen Jump Plus on December 2nd. We did talk about this previously because it was nominated for a few awards. And we also have The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated finally coming to an end in its 13th volume. So, yeah, there's a lot of changes coming forward.
Does Jahi finally get defeated?
That's a great question. Do I want to read that much?
That's a great question.
That's also a great question.
And there's one more bit of news you're forgetting.
I am. The most important one. I've kept it till last. So, there was a wonderful... very niche series, very dear to us during growing up, that kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, and it could have been a competitor for Digimon and Pokemon and others if rights management hadn't gotten in the way. So Metabots apparently have finally had the rights returned to the original right holders' hands in a law case, meaning hopefully that means more Metabots
Middle boys.
The reason it's important to us is that it ended up on Cheese TV, which was the morning cartoon series, which, yeah.
Did you play the Game Boy Advance game?
It was so good.
So good.
I have to find it.
There was 2 versions. There was like the one that was just an arena battler. And that one was terrible.
I didn't play that one. I played the one with the
actual
story.
Yeah, that one was incredible.
Can you tell we have good memories of this? we need to find that.
Yeah. When are we doing a video game podcast?
I know, right?
Oh my God.
And on that note, we'll be back in a moment.
Kawaii-Fi Radio.
That's where we're going to leave things. Thank you so much for listening and joining us for this episode. Next time, Angel Egg. So, not for all the kids. This one is a bit violent, a bit bloody, a bit gory. But it will be our final episode for the year because we've got a lot on and we've got a lot of plans for how we're going to revamp the podcast a little bit. Nothing major, just kind of zhuzhing things up a bit, making everything shiny again, because a lot of the stuff we've been using is, pushing 5-6 years since I recorded it or graphically designed it, or
We had an entirely different team back then.
Oh, we did. We really did. Yeah. Well, actually, no, it was me and Kenny and someone else. But But yeah, a very different kind of vibe to how we are now. It was a lot more
news.
Yeah. A lot rougher. A lot less fun. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it.
Things changed in 2019.
Yeah, it did. Because Aaron was here for a ride.
What's that?
But look, if you have enjoyed what you've heard, make sure you hit the subscribe button and join us for future episodes. And if you are in Perth, Western Australia, come and join us at Hoshicon 2025 at the Cannington Showgrounds and Exhibitions Pavilion. We'll be on stage on Saturday and Sunday. Saturdays at 5 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m. Come and join us to win some wonderful prizes in our big, massive anime quiz. If you are a child who grew up with Kahoot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, think of like, I don't know, Jackbox, but you can actually win stuff.
Jackbox, but not all the jokes, not all the answers are your friends trying to be dirty funny and not really coming off as funny.
Yeah.
They're just writing things and it's just like, okay, cool, you can sit in the corner now.
Yeah, instead the answers are cringe.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Is it Naruto Shippuden, Full Metal Alchemist, or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? You tell me.
I mean, take a guess. This artist has been on all 4 of them. So anyway, join us there. Tickets and details on the event are in the episode description. So we'd love to see you there. Come say hi after we're on the stage. We are not going to be boothing like we normally did, and we're not helping run this Hoshicon because we got a lot. We got a lot going on.
Well, also, it's starting to get that time of the year where you want to wind down and focus on family and friends, and that's another reason we're taking a bit of a break over the next couple of months. Like we need to do it. You guys need to do it too. Just like as long as you got supportive family. Like,
I'm digging a hole. I've already diggy hole, full dwarf mode. I've already dug several holes in the front yard. And
oh, dude, it looks incredible. I love the little thing you got going.
Yeah. It's going good so far. But I've got to do the same in the backyard. So diggy hole. But look, subscribe. This episode's subscribe button has Chainsaw Man behind it again. No. He's like, God damn it, I'm getting really bored. No one's clicked it.
Humans dressed as chickens.
It's got a chicken hat. It's got a chicken hat.
Yeah.
So you can join in on the insanity. If you're on YouTube, like buttons. Make sure you also do come and join us on YouTube. We're getting up there. We're almost at 600, I think, or 700. I don't really check. I've just enjoyed doing the thing.
And it's safe to go into the comments and voice your opinions. Kenny's not fighting anyone at the moment. He's not here. It's okay. You're safe.
Yeah, no, he's off doing some family stuff. So there you go. And as always, big thank you to our Patreon members. If you'd like to support the channel, get access to extra content such as the pre-show, which is us unscripted talking trash while everyone makes me suitable for the episode because I'm so tired from everything I'm doing and I'm like way old.
There's swearing and dirty jokes in there.
Yeah, $1 a month. We've also got some new merch coming in. I will need to get in touch with a couple of our Patreon members, Vishal and Tojiko. I need to send them some new merch as well.
Some little goodie bags.
Some little keychains that I just printed and tested. We'll see how many we have after we finish the quiz, but we would love to send them out to them. Memberships start from $1 a month. Those higher tiers get you access to a few more things, including the video editions of the pre-show. But you know, it's if you can afford it, we appreciate it, and it's a different way for you to connect with us as well. And that's kind of it. Socials, we're on them. Watch out next year. Aaron and Tifa are going to be chaotic on it. Yeah, you'll know when that happens. But that's it. Thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Kawaii-Fi Radio. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, watch some anime!
How many studios did 1726?
6,
6,
7.
7? 6, 7. That's right.